Art Laffer was an economics advisor to President Reagan. He is founder and chairman of Laffer Associates and also has helped out the Trump campaign along the way. Good to see you this morning, sir.
Hi, Shannon. How are you? Say hello to Bill for me.
I will. He's having a little coughing fit, but he's going to be okay over here.
Okay, he's in a coughing fit.
He says hello as well. All
Good.
right, so this is a major undertaking. It's something the president has talked about all along. There are big expectations. Do you think it's smarter to roll out a big plan or to do this in bite-sized pieces? They are under a lot of pressure to get something big done.
I think to do it in bite-sized pieces. I thought Mnuchin's comments there were just perfect. I mean, it'll pay for itself clearly with more employment, more output, more production. You'll get more payroll taxes. You'll get more income taxes. You'll get more sales taxes, property taxes. It'll pay for itself right away. And that is exactly what should be done, is the corporate tax cut done now. The individual income tax takes a lot more analysis because there are all sorts of issues that I think are phony, but redistribution and allocations there, those things people like to talk about, but there is no redistribution issue on the corporate tax whatsoever. Just get it done, create the growth, and I think Mnuchin and the president have done a great job on this, and Gary Cohn is just amazing on this one as well.
Well, you aren't surprised. There are plenty of skeptics about this plan who
Well, I don't know
think...
if I'm surprised.
Well, no, you wouldn't be surprised by that. They include Jared Bernstein, who was an economic advisor to Vice President Joe Biden. Here's what he said. These promises about all kinds of growth and investment that are going to be triggered by these tax cuts never appear, and the empirical historical record is clear on that. Your take?
He's completely wrong. He always has been, and I don't know why he continues to do it. But if you look at the economic successes of the stimulus package, which Jared Bernstein supported and said it would create all these jobs, if you look at all the stuff that happened under Obama, they've just been wrong all the time. It's now time to literally understand that if you tax people who work and you pay people who don't work, you're going to get a lot of people not working. And if you drop that corporate tax, you're going to make it much more attractive to bring businesses back to the U.S. where it's more attractive to produce output, and it'll create American jobs, just as Trump promised on it. And I couldn't be more excited on undoing the problems of the 8 years of Obama and also the years of Bush W., by the way. But undoing that and starting to get real growth back in America like we had under Reagan.
Okay, I don't want to get too wonky, but what they're going to try to do is put this through the Senate on a reconciliation, so they just need 51 votes. If they do that, they can't have a measure that adds to the deficit after 10 years. So some say you do these large cuts, obviously you're going to take a hit on revenue. Apparently the president has told his team, don't worry about it. Let's get these tax cuts done. So if you're going to look at a smaller cut now that could be more permanent versus a larger cut that would have to phase out in 10 years, what's the better option there?
Well, I would do the larger cut because it's not going to be phased out in 10 years. Believe me when I tell you it'll be made permanent. Just drop that highest corporate tax rate to 15% right away, and that will start the machine rolling. Once it's there, you can't raise it again unless you want to lose every election you've ever looked at in your life. That's the way to go, and it will be permanent. Now, Bush W. did those temporary ones and then led to the Obama takeover. That wasn't because of the temporary ones. But once Obama got in there, he stiffed it all the way. But in all honesty, I think we need to get that rate down to 15% as the president has promised. And that will really do a miracle for the U.S. economy. And then we can make them permanent 2 or 3 years from now, if that's the rules of the Senate. But I think the Senate can override even their own mandates and make it so that the 60% rule doesn't apply.
There is a lot going on the Hill, but they all seem that they want to get something going on tax reform. There seems to be bipartisan agreement on at least that one thing. So we'll see.
Democrats are with us too on this stuff. They know the corporate tax rate is way, way, way too high.
All right.
And they would be with us on this. And by the time we get the boom going, Shannon, they're going to be with us on a lot more stuff.
We'll see. Some skeptics out there now,
will.
but Art Laffer will watch as it plays out. Thank you for your time, sir.
Thank you, Shannon.